Good morning, students. So far, we learned about different operations on stack, such as push and pop operation. The next one is few applications of stack, such as converting an infix expression to postfix format, and also how to evaluate an arithmetic expression given in postfix notation. In today's class, we will discuss about how these three can be implemented using C program. In our previous class, we learned two different applications of stack. One is converting an infix expression to postfix. The other one is evaluation of an arithmetic expression given in postfix notation. We have studied the algorithm with respect to those two applications. In today's class, I will implement C program for three different problems. One is implementation of stack operation, that is performing push and pop operation. Second one is C program to evaluate an arithmetic expression given in postfix notation. And third one is C program to convert infix expression to postfix. At the end of today's class, you will be in a position to understand how C program can be written for implementing stack operation and for converting infix expression to postfix and for evaluating arithmetic expression given in postfix notation. Let us start with the first problem. In our previous class, we learned the two basic algorithms associated with stack. One is push operation, the second one is pop operation. The push operation, the first condition is you have to check for overflow. What is the condition for overflow? If top equal to max, then the condition we say it's overflow because stack is full. In the case of then, if overflow is not there, then what you do is you increment the top pointer. So top equal to top plus one. Then we are taking an element called item that you are putting it in the top position of the stack. In case of pop operation, the first condition you have to check is whether stack is underflow or not. If stack is empty or not. When it is empty, if top equal to 0, then we say that stack is empty, and the condition we call it as an underflow condition. Otherwise, what we do is you remove the top element and decrement the top pointer. The push operation check for overflow. Overflow occurs when top value and the max value is one and the same. Max is 5. If top also reaches 5 means all the locations in the stack have been occupied. In that case, no insertion is possible. If overflow is not there means still we have some spaces for adding new element. In that case, what to do is you increment the top pointer because top value started with 0. But in algorithm, we know that top position should be from 1, 2, 3 up to max. So then increment the top pointer, then corresponding element should be inserted in the top position. During pop operation, check for underflow. Underflow is not there, remove the element, then decrement the top pointer. So while converting these two algorithms, that is push operation and the pop algorithm into C program, you have to make slight changes. One is in the algorithm, the index start from 1 and the top value start from 1 and goes up to max. While implementing the same thing in C program, because the index starts from 0 means top value will be 0. And wherever 0 is there, wherever max is there, you replace it as max minus 1. Wherever 0 is there, you replace it with minus 1. That's all. So hash include stdio.h, that is for scanf and printf, conio.h, that is for clear screen and getch, hash define max. So here I am implementing a stack whose maximum size is 5. Int s of 40. So I have taken a one-dimensional array of 40 locations. That means we can go up to 40 is the maximum size. Okay. Top equal to minus 1. Because in algorithm, the starting value of top is 0. But in C language, what happens is 0 is also valid location only. So 0 is also valid subscript. That's the reason you have to start from one value minus of that one. So top becomes minus 1. So here you do one thing. There are three possibilities. One, you can do push operation, or you can do pop operation, or we can exit. So void main int choice, clear the screen, do. Printf new line. Next, printf 1 means push, printf 1 push, printf 2 pop, printf 3 means exit. Now, out of these three, 1, 2, 3, the user can input any number he wants. So scanf %d ampersand choice. Okay, switch choice. Assume that choice value I have given it as a 1. 1 means what? Switch based on the value of choice. Case 1. Case means what I have to do? I have to go for push operation. Next, you see what I'm doing it in the push operation. Int item. Now, here to start with top, from which value I have started? Top I have started from minus 1. Max is how much? 5. 5 minus 1, how much? 4. So minus 1 equal to 4 is false. So stack is not full, overflow is not there. Next, plus top. Since top you started from -1, plus top means top becomes 0. Okay, next, enter the item to insert. I'm inputting one number called 10. Now what you do is, top is how much? Top from -1 it has become 0. Item is 10. So 10 goes to the 0th location of yes. So 10 is inserted in the 0th location, or location with a subscript 0. Go backward. Second time also, I give choice equal to 1 only. Next, again, which function is called? Again, push function is called. Again, here top has already become 0. Max -1 remains as 4. So 0 equal to 4 is false. So again, top is implemented. So top from 0, it becomes 1. Then enter the item. I'll give 20. 20 goes to the first place. Then third time also choice equal to 1. Now top is 1. Max -1 4. So the overflow is not there. Plus top. So from 1 top become 2. Enter another number called 30. Then 30 goes to the second place. S of 2. S of 2 now contains 30. S of 0 contains 10. S of 1 contains 20. S of 2 contains 30. Now I top is 3. Fourth time also I give choice equal to 0 only. So now top is 2. Max -1 is 4. Not true. Then top plus. So top now become 3. Then take another element called 40. Then 40 goes to the third S of 3. S of 3 now contains 40. Next, go backward. Next time also give choice equal to. So now top is how much? By the end of this one, top now value will be 3. Next, top is 3 and max -1 is 4. 3 equal to false. Then again increment up. So top from 3 becomes now 4. Now take another item called 50. 50 put it in S of 4. So now top value is 4. So S of 0 contains 10. Next 20, 30, 40, 50. So 10 is stored in S of 0. 20 is stored in S1. 30 is stored in S2, 40 is stored in S3, and 50 is stored in S4. S4. So top value is 4 now. Go backward. Next time also give choice equal to 1. Then what happens is top is how much? 4. Max -1 which? That is also 4. So that condition is true means stack is full because all the 5 locations have been occupied. Now we can, instead of going for insertion, next time also we give choice equal to 1 means anyway you are getting full message. Next time we can do some pop operation. We'll see. For pop, you have to give the choice equal to 2. So when you give choice equal to 2, now what happens is your stack contains what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, with top value being 4. When you call that pop function, top is how much? Top is 4. Okay, equal to -1? No. Then what you do is you take the element in S of 4. S of 4, what is there? 50. 50, you copy it into item. So now item become 50. Display the message. Deleted element equal to 50. Top is decremented. So top from 4, it becomes now 3. Go backward. Next time also choice equal to 2 means empty is not there. Remove the element from S of 3. S of 3, what is there? 40. Item become now 40. Display the element, top is decremented. So it becomes 2 now. Next time also empty is not there. Remove the element from S of 2. S of 2, what is there? 30. 30 you copy it into item. So item become 30. Top is decremented. So top now become how much? 2. Go backward. So when 50 is there, item when 50 is deleted, item become 50 and top become 3. After deleting 40, then item become 40 and top is how much? 3. After deleting 40, next you delete 30, then top becomes 2, like that. So each time when you remove an element and top is decremented, whatever element you are removing it, you are displaying. So finally when 10 is deleted, before deletion of 10, top value is how much? 0. So item become S of 0. What is deleted? 10 is deleted. So item becomes now 10. Then deleted element equal to 10, top -1. So after 0, S of 0 is deleted, top is decremented means top becomes -1. So top equal to -1 true. So it leads to empty condition. Now I have shown how push and pop algorithm have been converted into corresponding C function. Third one is each time after push you can display the element also. But one thing you should remember, while displaying the stack content, always you have to start from top to bottom. So that means if your stack capacity is 5 means your index starts from 4 and goes up to 0. First time display the element in S of 4, then you display the element in S of 3, then S of 2, then S of 1, and finally S of 0. That's the reason I have called the display function every time after push operation and every time after pop operation. For example, I will show it for once. First time, after 10 is inserted, after 10 and 20 are inserted, okay, that I have inserted 5 elements, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. At the time, top is how much? 4. So you call which function? Display function. When you call the display function, you see, top is how much? 4. equal to -1, false. So then I value start from top value. For top value is how much? 4. Till it becomes 0 means 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So first time S of 4 is displayed, that is 40, 50. Then S of 3, that is 40. Then S of 2, 30. Then S of 1, 20. Finally S of 0, that is 10. So you should remember only these three things. While in the implement, in the converting or in converting an algorithm for push and pop into equivalent to C program, wherever max is there, you have to start, you replace with max -1, because in algorithm the index starts from 1, in program the index starts from 0. And wherever 0 is there, every value you have to reduce by 1. Wherever 0 is there, you make it as -1. Wherever 3 is there, you have to make it as 2, like that. First time when you run that program, first you will get 3 choices: 1 for push, 2 for pop, and 3 for exit. Enter your choice. A given choice equal to 1. What happens? 10 is inserted. Now the message shows stack content is 10, because each time after push operation, I'm calling display. I'm not calling the display function after inserting all the elements. When the moment one element is added, you display the element. Next time. Second time also, you give choice equal to 1. Next time also, now choice equal to, again you give another element called 20. When the moment 20 is inserted, already have inserted push 10. Now 20 is pushed, means your stack content is 20, 10. At that time, if you give choice equal to 2, which element is deleted? 20 is deleted. Now your stack content is 10. Like that, you can do the push and pop operation any number of times. If you give choice equal to 1 for 5 times and give the values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then if you next time if you give choice equal to 1, it show overflow condition. The second one is evaluating an arithmetic expression given in postfix notation. In the last class I have studied, we discussed about the algorithm. Whenever you are converting a postfix expression into, whenever you are evaluating a postfix expression, there are two possibilities. One is postfix expression can contain operand or it can contain operator. When operand is there, what you have to do? You have to simply push it onto stack. When an operator comes, what you have to do? You have to remove the top 2 elements. So first element, you remove it, you denote it, you store it in N1. Next element, you remove it, you store it in N2. Then apply that operator between N2 and N1. And once again, push the result of that one back into stack. So here, I have included 4 header files. Hash include stdio.h for which one? Scanf printf, conio.h for clear screen and getch, math.h, because in the algorithm, we have studied 4 different types of operator: plus, minus, star, slash, power. For plus, minus, star, we can do directly addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Whereas for where the caret sign occur, you have to do some a to the power of b. But C does not have any operator. In that case, you have to make use of the library function POW. For that reason, I have included math.h. String.h is because your postfix expression will be a string, because postfix expression can contain letters like symbols like 6, 5, 7, 9, etc., and also symbols like plus, minus, etc. So we have both digits and character. So we have declared that one as a string type. Float S of 40. So you take an array called S that is equivalent to, that is for stack purpose. Int I comma top equal to 0. Either you can stop value, you can start from 0 or you can start from -1. If you start from 0, then first adding the element, then you increment. If you start from -1, then first you increment the top, then do the push operation. The variable N1. N1 is to, whenever you call the pop function, top element which is pop will be stored in N1, N2, next element will be in N2, and result, the result of N2 operator and N1 is stored in result. Then finally, when you finish scanning the entire symbol in P, your stack is left over with only one element. That will be your final. Char P of 40. So your original expression in postfix notation, you represent it using a string P. Then here I'm making use of both push and pop. Push for whenever operand occurs. Pop whenever operator comes. Enter a postfix expression gets P. Assume that the expression is 5, 3 plus. So 5 is the first symbol that is stored in P0. 3 is stored in P1. Next P2 store plus. So just simple expression are taken. 5, 3 plus. I am giving the operator after the 2 operand 5, 1, 3. So first symbol is stored in P0. That is 5 is stored in P0. 3 is stored in P1 and plus is stored in P2. Next. How many symbols are there? 3. So in that case, length of P become 3. 3 minus 1, it becomes how much? 2. So the two different values I take are, first time it is 0, next time it becomes 1, and finally it becomes 2. So we'll see. When I equal to 0, what's the symbol there? 5. In that case, that 5, is it between 0 to 9? Yes, 5 is there between 0 to 9. What you do is, you simply push it onto stack because it's an operand. Whenever operand comes, what you have to do? You have to push it onto stack. It will take the value of P of I. P of I, what is there? 5. So it will take the ASCII code of 5 because the P is declared as a string type. ASCII code of 5 is 53, whereas ASCII code of 0 is 48. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking the ASCII code of P of I, that is 53, minus the ASCII code of 0, that is 48. 53 minus 48, how much? 5. So now the numeric, because string is converted, character type is converted into integer type. Now 5 is pushed. Next. Or sometimes the expression could be like this: AB plus. If you given 5 3 plus means the result is 8. For given AB plus means you should know, you should tell what the value for A and what the value for B. So your operand could be in letters also. It could be from capital A to capital Z or small a to small z. If it is in alphabetic character, you have to tell what is the value for each and every symbol. So enter the value of the percent symbol P of I and take the value. Suppose AB plus is given and A value is 5 means first time you give X equal to 5. Right. Next time for B value you give 8. Then push the result. So your operand is 4. Whenever operand is there, you have to push it into stack. Operand could be either in 0 to 9 format, or it could be in capital A to capital Z or small a to small z. Next. Otherwise, the symbol is an operator. Operator, what you have to do? You apply call the pop function twice. First time when you call, the result is stored in N1. Next time when you call, the result is stored in N2. So in this example, 5 3 plus. 5 is already pushed. 3 is already pushed. Now the next symbol is what? Plus sign. So whenever plus sign, you call the pop function. When you call the pop function, first N1 become 3. When you call N again pop function, N2 become 5. What the operator here? Plus. So whenever plus comes, what you have to do? Push N2 plus N1. 5 plus 3. It will go. 8 is pushed back into stack. Suppose it's given as 5 3 power. Then become 5 to the power of 3. So 5 to the power of 3, 5 5 is 25 is 125. If my 5 3 minus means 2. 5 3 star means it becomes 15. So these are the 4 possibilities. Whenever the operator is a power, what you have to do? You have to push what? Power of N2 comma N1, because N2 is suppose 5 3 power. So N2 is how much? 5 and N1 is how much? 3. Power of 5 comma 3. 5 comma 3 is 5 5 is 25 comma 125. So break. Suppose it's not a power, it is slash. Then push what? Result of N2 slash N1. Star means N2 star N1. Plus means N2 plus N1. And minus means N2 minus N1. Only for power, you have to make this a POW function. So if the symbol is not power, if the operator is neither a power, nor a plus, nor a minus, nor a slash, nor a star, means it's something different operator. In that case, you can display the message invalid expression. So now what happens is, first P of I is 5, that is pushed. Next P of 1 is 3, that is also pushed. Next is suppose plus comes means now 5 plus 3, 8. 8 is already there in your stack. Now finally, remove again call the pop function. Now when you call the pop function, it will pop 8. So 8 is stored in final display. Final value of the postfix expression is 8. So since whenever operand comes, you have to push it, and wherever operator comes, you have to pop it. You have to have written 2 different functions. One for push, another one is for pop. Push function, whatever value you are giving, that is pushed. So if we give n, suppose first time X is how much? 5. So S is top, you have started with 0. That's why I made it as S of top plus plus. If the started top is minus 1 means it should have been S of plus plus top. So first time 5 is the X value is 5, that is pushed into which place? 0th place. Next time become 3. 3 is stored in first place. After the top becomes 2. So that in the second place you have the power operator or plus operator. Sorry. Next, float pop. So in the case of pop operation, whenever top is 0 means empty. Otherwise, return the element. You first decrement the top pointer and return the element. If you started with minus 1 means it should have been S of top minus minus. Given the expression of 5 4 3 plus star. First P of 0 is what? 5. Push it. Next P of 1 is what? 4. Push it. Next P of 2, that is also operand. Push it. Next operator is what? Plus. In that case, N1 becomes 3 and N2 becomes 4. 4 plus 3, 7. Once again push it back into stack. Now your stack contains for 5 comma 7. Then star operator there. Then N1 becomes 7 and N2 becomes 5 means 5 into 7, it becomes 35. The third program I'm going to explain in today's class is how to convert infix expression to postfix expression. Whenever you are converting an infix expression to postfix expression, the infix expression can contain 4 categories of symbol. One is it can contain operand, it can contain operator, it can contain left parenthesis, it can contain right parenthesis. Whenever operand is there, what you have to do? Infix expression denote it as Q. Whenever with that you have to convert it into what? Postfix expression P. Whenever operand comes, add it to P. Whenever left parenthesis occurs, push it onto stack. Whenever operator occur, repeatedly pop from stack, remove all the operator which is already there in the stack, whose precedence is higher than the new operator. And whenever right parenthesis come, repeatedly pop from stack all the symbol, add them to P and remove the left bracket from the stack. So here we require two array. First array called Q, that is infix expression, and another array I have taken stack to hold what? Left parenthesis and operator. And instead of P, we require one more string called P because we are converting the expression Q into P. But instead of taking one more array, wherever in the algorithm it is given as add it to P means at that time you can directly display it on the monitor. In the algorithm, wherever the question is, if an operand comes, add it to P if they know. Wherever operand comes, straight away display the operand on the monitor itself. So I have not taken one more array called P. Well, first step in the algorithm says that push left parenthesis onto stack. So that's the reason I have written S of top equal to left parenthesis. Next. Here you can convert any number of expression. I have not written the program for converting only one expression into one infix expression into postfix. If you give choice equal to one mean, y mean, you can convert one more expression till choice equal to no. So while choice equal to capital Y or small y, enter the infix expression. Infix expression is denoted as Q. So apply gets Q. Then find the length of the queue. Check how many symbols are there in your queue. Now all the possibility you have to check it one by one. For I equal to 0, so because you have to scan all the symbols in Q. So I 0 to n minus 1, I plus plus. If Q of I, the corresponding symbol in the infix expression is operand. Operand I told in the beginning, the previous algorithm also, operand could be in 0 to 9 format, capital A to capital Z format, or small a to small z format. So 0 to 9 or small a to small z or capital A to capital Z. What you have to, whenever operand is there, you have to add it to P. Instead of putting it, add it to P and straight away display it on the monitor. So corresponding Q of I display it on the monitor. Print a percentage C Q of I. Else. Second possibility. If it's a left parenthesis, what you have to do? You have to push it onto stack. So take the element Q of I and add it to stack. So we are writing S of plus plus top. So because top, you have started from which value? 0. In the 0th location, already what you have stored? In the S of top, when top is 0, you have stored already one left parenthesis there. Now you have to store the next left parenthesis in the next position. So S of plus plus top equal to Qi. So now operand is over, left parenthesis is over. Next could be operator. If the operator comes, be careful because whenever a new operator comes, you check for the operator which is already there in the stack, whose precedence is higher or equal to the new operator. In the first case, the new operator is power. In that case, what you have to? While S of top equal to another, in the top of stack, another power is there, you have to, what you have to do? You have to add it to P. So add it to P in right away, display it on the monitor and decrement the top. So like that, remove all the symbol one by one from where? The stack and add it, display it on the monitor. Then what happens? Because for the power operator, there is no another operator whose precedence is more than power. One more power comes means the precedence of that one is equal. So whenever a power operator occurs means you check for any other power is there already in your stack. So while S of top double equals to power means stack top contains some other power means you just display it on the monitor. Then after that, take the new element called Qi, another power, you add it to S of plus plus. So the new power, you add it to stack. Second possibility. The new operator could be star or slash. In that case, what you have to do? As long as the top of stack contain power, because power precedence is higher than star and slash, or stack top contains another star and slash, because for power, the precedence is more than star and slash. For another star and slash, the precedence is equal. So either power or star or slash, simply display it on the monitor. Then add the new operator Q of I back into stack. Next possibility. The operator could be plus or minus. Whenever plus or minus comes, what? Your stack may contain power. The precedence of power is more than plus and minus. Your stack top contains what? Star and slash. Again, the precedence of them are more than plus and minus. Or a stack already contains another plus and minus, means the precedence of those two are equal to new plus and minus. So you have to check for more possibility. Power, it could be a star, it could be a slash, or it could be a plus, or it could be minus. Again, print the corresponding symbol directly on the monitor. Then add the new symbol Q of I directly on the monitor. So all the three possibilities are just a repetition. Power comes mean you have to check for the presence of one more power. Whenever star or slash comes, you check for the presence of power, star, slash. Whenever plus and minus comes, you have to check for the presence of what? Power, star, slash, plus, minus. Whenever a right parenthesis comes, what I have to do? Repeatedly pop all the elements from the top of the stack and remove the left bracket. So if q of I equals to power, then while the top of stack contain, till you reach what? Till it is not equal to left parenthesis, display all the symbol one by one directly on the monitor. Then decrement the top because you have to remove the left bracket, decrement the top. So when you finish this one, your stack is left with one element. Then while the top of that one is not equal to left bracket, then display one by one from the monitor. Because after doing up to all these operations, if some more symbols are there in your stack mean, then you remove them one by one, pop them one by one, and add it to P. So the last while loop is for that purpose. So after that, if you want to continue converting one more expression, use choice equal to Y, otherwise you give choice equal to no. Here I have given the expression as A plus B star C minus D. So equivalent expression automatically the system sees. I want you to execute all the three programs in your laptop or mobile or any other computer if you have in your house. Frame sum, simple multiple sorry, 2 marks questions on today's class. How do you check for overflow? How do you check for underflow? How do you check for full stack and empty stack? What is the drawback array based implementation? Same 3 questions that I have implemented in today's class. You can try to write the algorithm on your own. Let us C program to perform push and pop, C program to convert infix expression to postfix, C program to evaluate a given postfix expression. Let us take some simple multiple choice question. Array based implementation is also known as static implementation, dynamic implementation, efficient implementation, effective implementation. It's called as a static implementation. Array based implementation is better than linked based. No, array based implementation actually it's a drawback. The drawback is it is static in nature because you have in the beginning if you write S of 40 array stack size S of 40 means then the location is fixed. You cannot alter it. So the correct answer is B, false. How do you perform x to the power of 5 in C? Because if you want to perform a power in C language, we don't have any operator. So what you can do is using power function. So the correct answer is D, POW. Which of the following operator is used for computing x to the power of 5 y in C? No such operator. So first one is in the algorithm. The caret sign we are using only in the algorithm. C does not have any operator for power. The correct answer is none of these. When an infix expression is converted into postfix, the resulting expression does not have what? When you convert any infix expression into postfix, your resulting expression parentheses are missing. Therefore, the missing is parenthesis. Correct answer is A. Okay, student, I have explained 3 programs related to stack data structure. All these 3 programs will be there in your practical lab cycle. So I want you to execute all the 3 programs on your own and note down the result. With this, I will conclude today's class. Thank you.